Hello students, welcome back to our new video. This video contains the calculation of interest on drawings, and to simplify it, right, to save the time, we'll call it as IOD. So I welcome you again, and let us start with this topic. First of all, interest on drawing is charged at a specific rate. Please keep it in mind that these terms which have been highlighted, they have very much eminence in this topic. So interest on drawings is charged at a specific rate from the date of drawings up to the year end date. First of all, a specific rate should be there, and you should keep it in mind that what is the date of drawing, and starting from that date of drawing you have to calculate interest on drawings up to the year end date, right? What will be the time interval from the date of drawing? Starting from the date of drawing up to the year end date, you have to take that time element. Now there are three methods to charge interest on drawings, which depends upon the nature of drawing, right? There are three ways in which you can calculate interest on drawing, but each and every method is different from another. That you have to first identify the problem, you have to identify the nature of drawing, and then accordingly you have to apply these methods. So first, when the amount of drawings are unequal or the time interval of each drawing is irregular, amount of drawing are unequal. हर बार जो आप amount withdraw करते हैं, whenever you used to withdraw amount as drawings from the firm, that amount is unequal, or you have made these drawings at unequal time interval, or you can say at irregular time interval. So under this method, under this case, there can be two methods that could be applied. Number one is simple method, and number second is product method, and both these methods are used, these are applied as per their conditions. So, and the second condition is when the equal amount of drawing is withdrawn at regular time interval, that is the amount of each drawing should remain the same, and it has been withdrawn from the firm at a regular time interval. For this we have to use average period method. This will be going to be discussed in the next video. So we are taking two topics here, that is simple method and product method only. So first of all, try to keep it in mind that these methods are applicable only when there are unequal amount of drawings and the time interval of drawings is irregular. So when there is one or two drawings in a year, then in that case, when there is one or two drawings in a year, then in that case we have to use simple method. Whereas product method is used when there are more than two drawings in a year. Say suppose that you have withdrawn 3 times during the year, or you have withdrawn 4 times during the year, then you have to apply this product method. Elsewise, if you had made drawings once or twice in a year, then in that case you can apply simple method. Now what are the formulas? So formulas are these, so you can go through it. Now let's get it started. That what should be the formula for simple method? We are starting from simple method first. When the information is given to you individually that how partners have withdrawn the amount once in a year or twice in a year, so you have to make the calculations accordingly. And one more interesting thing is going to be discussed in this video. You will get to know about this later on. So interest on drawing, according to simple method, the formula of calculating interest on drawing is amount of drawings multiplied by rate upon 100 into time in months upon 12. Time element, keep it in mind, this time element will be calculated right from the beginning of date of drawings up to the year end date, right? What you have to take this time element, you have to take this time element in months, and that would be starting from the date of drawing and it will ending up to year end date. Okay, so let's get it started with the simple method. Example is there in front of you, that on 1st July 2010, Kamran withdrew rupees 12,000 and Shakil withdrew rupees 8,000 on 1st October 2010. Keep it in mind that the amount of Kamran is 12,000 and that of Shakil is 8,000 rupees, and they had withdrawn as follows, that Kamran had withdrawn the amount on July 1st 2010, whereas Shakil had withdrawn the amount on 1st October 2010. Now calculate the interest on drawing. What you are required to find out? You are required to find out the interest on drawings at the rate 6% per annum. This is your rate of interest for the year ending 31st March 2011. Keep it in mind that whenever you are going to take the time element, whenever you are going to take this time element, right? So this time element will be calculated from the date of drawing up to this year end date. So what can we conclude in this question? That our year end date is 31st March 2011, right? And starting from the date of drawing, we have to calculate the time element. So what amount Kamran had withdrawn from the business or from the firm? It was 12,000. So on rupees 12,000 at the rate 6%, for 9 months we have to make the calculation. Why 9 months? Now the question is, why 9 months only? So if we make the calculation starting from 1st July 2010 up to the year end date, that is 31st March 2011, we are going to get 9 months. This is a time period of 9 months. So for 9 months you have to make the calculation on rupees 12,000, and that had become rupees 540. I hope is it clear? And similarly we can make the calculation for Shakil on rupees 8,000 at the rate 6% per annum. For 6 months we have to calculate, because the date of drawing of Shakil was 1st October 2010, and up to the year end date it becomes 6 months. So for 6 months we have to make the calculation. Here we are, that the amount of interest on drawing is 240. Let's get started with example number 2. On 31st July 2013, Aman withdrew rupees 18,000 and rupees 9,000 on 1st October 2013. What is the difference between example number 1 and 2? In example number 1, each partner had withdrawn once in a year. So we had applied simple method. But here in example 2, the same partner, Aman, had withdrawn twice in a year. That is, he withdrew rupees 18,000 on 31st July 2013 and rupees 9,000 on 1st October 2013. Right? The same partner had withdrawn twice in a year. Again, there is no difference. We'll have to apply the simple method only. So calculate the interest on drawing at the rate 6% per annum for the year ending 31st March 2014. So we will make the calculation as we had made earlier on rupees 18,000 at the rate 6% for 8 months. It is for first drawing which was made on 31st July 2013. Starting from 1st of August 2013 up to 31st March 2014, this calculation has been made. You can make the calculation. You can count from the month of August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So there had been 8 months. So for the 8 months period, you have charged this interest on drawing, and it had become rupees 720. Similarly, on rupees 9,000, right, beginning from 1st October 2013 up to the year ending 31st March 2014, you have to make the calculation for 6 months on the amount of drawing rupees 9,000. So it had become 270, and the total amount of interest on drawing to be charged on Aman's drawing are rupees 990. I hope I'm very clear with this, with these two examples. So now here we come on the very important thing that board asks to you, right? So first very important element, or first very important thing to be noticed is, in the question you have to notice these things, that when annual rate is not given, keep it in mind, this annual rate, what does this annual rate means? So whenever you are provided with some percentage and a word per annum is not given to you, that means it's not an annual rate, right? In this question, in this example, what we can say, that there is the given interest on drawings rate is 6%, right? And the word per annum is not there. We have not mentioned, the question has not asked you that to charge interest on drawing at the rate 6% per annum. Rather than, it has only asked that you have to calculate, you have to make the calculation on 6%. Per annum word is missing. So this is the condition when the annual rate is not given. Then the interest is charged for the whole year. तो इंटरेस्ट इस केस में आप पूरे साल भर के लिए चार्ज करते हैं. दैट इज, कहने का मतलब ये है, इन ऑल what we want to say, that the time element will not be considered whether the date of drawing is given or not. So here in this question, on 1st July 2010, Kamran withdrew rupees 12,000 and Shakil withdrew rupees 8,000 on 1st October 2010 from the firm, right? We have used the same example number 1, which we had solved earlier. We have taken the same example, and here what we find, that you are required to calculate interest on drawing at the rate 6%. That's it. Per annum word has not been applied. Here in this question, in example number 1, we had applied this per annum. So that means annual rate was given. Therefore, this time element was to be considered. Please keep it in mind that this time element, that is into 9 by 12, this time element into 6 by 12, these have been considered. But these time elements have lost their eminence. These have lost their eminence just because this per annum word has not been given. So you can see this, you can check this, that time element has not been mentioned. How we have made the calculation? We have made the calculation simply by multiplying the amount of drawing through rate of interest. So it automatically means that we have charged the interest on capital. We have charged the interest on drawing for the whole year. हमने पूरे साल भर के लिए interest on drawings charge किया है. That's rupees 720. Okay, and for Shakil the same, on rupees 8,000 at the rate 6%. No time element has been mentioned. Therefore, his interest on drawing becomes 480. So, what we can notice, that you can notice that the time element has been removed as the rate of interest was not given on annual basis. This word per annum was missing. Therefore, we have removed the time element. The time element has been removed from the formula. Second thing to be noted is that when the date of drawing is not known. Here in this example, you have been provided with this date of drawing. Here for Kamran 1st July 2010 and for Shakil was 1st October 2010. But now here, given that the date of drawing is not known, but the rate of interest is given annually. Now this time rate of interest is with per annum word, right? But you can examine, you can conclude that, you can clearly see that the date of drawings are missing. You have not been provided with the date of drawing. So what you have to do? So in such a situation, interest is charged for an average of 6 months. As annual rate is given annually. Therefore, you have to consider the time element. But for what time, for what period of month you have to charge this interest on drawing? So in all, on an average, interest on drawing is charged for an average of 6 months. So you have taken time element as 6 months here, right? And go through the calculation, you will be getting the same amounts, 360 and 240 as your interest on drawing. So I hope it is very clear. Simple method is very clear to you all. Now we should move on our further topic, that is second method. It is product method. So it is very clear. It is already reminded to you all that when product method is applicable. So product method is applicable when there are more than 2 drawings in a year. In case when a partner used to withdraw more than 2 times in a year, then in that case this method is applied, product method. Formula under this method is interest on drawing is equal to sum of product multiplied by rate upon 100 into 1 by 12. Now this is the aggregate formula for all drawings, right? You are not required to make individual calculations. Here you had made individual calculation for each amount of drawing, but in this case product method, you are not further required to calculate individual amount. You will get an aggregate amount of interest on drawing together. For this purpose, you will have to make the table. You will have to make the table to find out the sum of product. You have to find out the sum of product. So first of all, let me clear this to you with this example. That example number 3 is there in front of you. Arun and Karun were partners in a firm. Calculate the interest on drawings on the following amounts withdrawn by the partners from the firm during the year at the rate 9% per annum for the year ending 31st March 2008. Keep it in mind that this date, year end date, please keep it in mind. You have to make the calculation of time element till the year end date, right? So what we have done, there are 3 different drawings of Arun. These are 4,000, 5,000 and 4,000, and these have been made on these different dates. These are the dates of drawing of Arun. Whereas Arun had withdrawn these amounts and he had withdrawn these amounts on the following dates, that is 31st May, 1st October and 30th November, right? So you have to make the calculations separately for both the partners Arun and Karun. So let us start with the calculation of Arun. So for Arun, we have mentioned these columns: date of drawing, amount, time and product. I have put this in a simple column, that is white column. Why is it so? To highlight it that time element, you have to consider it as 9, 6 and 3. Now how 9, 6 and 3, these have been calculated. So how? So let us see that Arun had withdrawn rupees 4,000, 5,000 and 4,000. We have written these amounts here. When this 4,000 was withdrawn from the firm, it was withdrawn on 1st July 2007. So we have to make the calculation of time element starting from July up to 31st March 2008, and when we calculate it, it will be 9 months. Similarly, we have to make the calculation from the date of drawing of second drawing, 1st October 2007, up to the year end date. We'll be getting 6 months after calculation. And from 1st January 2008 up to 31st March 2008, it had become 3 months. So how to calculate the product? Simply you have to multiply the amount from time. You have to multiply the amount from time and you will be getting the product. So I hope it is very clear to you all that amount multiplied by time, that would be equivalent to your product. And what you have to do, you have to simply make the sum total of the product, that is sum of product. Here it is 78,000 for Arun. You have to apply this into the formula. You have to put these values into the formula. What was the rate of interest? So rate was interest was clearly defined to you. That was at the rate 9% per annum. And what was the formula? Sum of product multiplied by rate upon 100 into 1 by 12. So what is the sum of product for Arun? It is 78,000 into 9 by 100, that is rate, into 1 by 12. You have got 585 as interest on drawing for Arun. Similar calculation can be made for Karun also. Here are the date of drawings, amount, time and product. Sum of the product is 82,000 and we have put this amount here and we get 615 as interest on drawing for Karun. I hope you are very clear with these two methods, these two topics, and you can try on your own this question, this example number 4. So we welcome you for our new video in which we will be trying to make you understand about the average period method, where the amount of drawings are equal and these drawings have been made at an equal or regular time interval. Till then, thanks to all. Please subscribe. Please regularly try to watch these videos, like and subscribe as much as you can. Thanks to all.